Hello, gamers. Today, due to popular demand, I am going to be rating the top 10 places to eat on the Stevens campus. However, due to a tragic mishap, mainly that I couldn't get the camera working with my laptop, I have turned myself into a dog for this video. So hopefully, I could get that sorted out in the future, but for today, I'm a dog. Okay, so I took a poll of the school and to see what everyone's favorite places to eat were, and I got some pretty interesting responses. This was, like I said, this was a community effort that put together this list. So let me pull it up, and then we're going to go ahead and go through it. So number 10 on our list of best places to eat on campus is the new, actually brand new dining location that they added to Gateway North. So I have not actually been here myself, but I'm told that it is very good. I am told that the napkin dispensers are upright, which is definitely brings this to the top 10. Okay, so number 9 is McLean 218B, which I'm told is a lab at Stevens. That is definitely one of the best lab rooms to eat in. So yeah, I'm told to stay away from McLean 219. That is not the same thing, and it's not okay to eat there. Okay, so number 8 is the Pierce vending machine, which is actually another recent addition to the campus. It wasn't always available for students to use or to eat at. The student who suggested this to me in particular did not specify whether they meant the food was good or if they just liked eating at the vending machine, because again, I asked what everyone's favorite place to eat on campus was. So I choose to believe that they just stand next to the vending machine and eat it, whatever else they had. Okay, so moving on, number 7 here is Pierce Dining Hall. Now that is obviously a classic choice. In fact, for quite some time, there were only 2 places to eat on campus, and that was Pierce Dining Hall or Colonel John's. And it wasn't until recently that they started to branch out and add more locations on campus, like the new dining hall in Gateway North, or like McLean 218B. So Pierce Dining Hall is obviously always going to be a favorite for some people at this campus for its nostalgia, and also the fact that you can kind of just sit there for an entire day and eat several tens of thousands of calories, and no one will stop you, and that costs about $10, which is crazy when you think about it, that they just let people do that. Anyway, so number 6 here, number 6 place to eat on campus is off campus. Now, there's a lot of different options there. You've got Benny Tadino's, which sucks, and you've got Mr. Rapp's. I've never actually been able to meet Mr. Rapp himself, but I am warned that he exists. You've also got Forever 21 and the movie theater, which are all choices to eat at. Okay, so number 5 is the Hayden rear stairwell. Now, for those of you who don't remember Hayden, it was a building on campus for decades, and it had several stairwells, most of which were inside the building, but there was one stairwell in particular which was outside the building. It was very precarious. It was behind the building and went down into the parking lot. It was about 2 flights of stairs. And oftentimes, if you would take this stairwell, you would find people at the bottom smoking. And that, I guess, some people are very nostalgic about, which is how enough people voted for it to be number 5 on this list. Yeah, okay, so number 4 is the Davidson Kitchen. Now, I am a big personal fan of the Davidson Kitchen because they have a coffee machine there that is not supervised whatsoever. So I will often just walk in and make myself some coffee with their coffee machine, their K-cups, and their mugs, and then leave. This has made my life a lot better. So definitely agree with this one being number 4 on the list. Number 3 is the Baguio parking garage. Now, Baguio parking garage will always have a warm place in the hearts of Stevens students because it is one of the only construction sites on campus that was actually finished reasonably close to on time, and actually looks okay and is only sinking a little bit. So obviously it's a wonderful addition to our campus. I was once kicked out of it during a LAN I was at. Me and a couple friends of mine took the elevator down to the 2nd story of the parking garage and then back up to the 3rd story, and then a police officer drove up and told us that we had to leave. But other than that, it is definitely one of the best places on campus to eat. It's very moist and dank, which is great for your soups and stews. They don't dry out. Wouldn't recommend eating anything off of the floor in the garage, but surfaces such as people's cars, handrails, very good, very good. Okay, moving on. Our number 2 dining location on campus, as selected by our community, is the dirt patch by the fence down the cliff behind the house center. So there's a lot of affectionate sort of aphoristic names for this location. The one that I first heard my freshman year was Mexico, so that's the one that I generally use. So there's, for those of you who aren't familiar, if you go back behind the house center down the cliff, you can find this little clearing by the fence. There's some park benches. There's some exit signs that were stolen. You can usually find gum in the trees. And it's a cool little place to study or to hang out with your friends. And it's definitely a good place to eat. I wouldn't recommend eating anything that you find there because it probably will kill you or give you the coronavirus. But if you have your own food, I would definitely recommend it. Okay, that brings us to our number 1 dining location on campus, number 1 place to eat on campus, as voted by the entire student body, and that is, believe it or not, the television studio. Yeah, I don't think anything really needs to be said about that. It's an obvious first choice. I'm very proud of it, and I definitely agree. So, okay, thank you, gamers, for listening to me as a dog. Hopefully in my next video, I will not be a dog. But yeah, so if you're hungry on campus, definitely go to one of these 10 places. Yeah, okay.